Hello there. This is April
And Tasha. Oh, sorry.
from the Handmade Network. And today we want to talk to you a little bit about our goals for the new year. And we're going to kind of have a conversation about our goals with each other. So if you are trying to form your goals, or if you're questioning if your goals are taking you where you want to go, this might be a great discussion for you to kind of listen to. And if you have any comments, like shoot us a comment, like ask us a question, give us a follow, because we're going to have more and more of these discussions as time goes on. And we really want it to be like an interactive discussion. So anyway, so that's us. And we are the Handmade Network, and we're going to be bringing our conversations to you, which we've been having for years now. We just finally record them.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
So some of my goals for 2022 are, and these are sort of Etsy specific goals, but they also kind of move over all my websites. And that is, I need to get more items listed is the number one goal. Because right now in my one shop, I have like 30 listings, which is kind of pitiful. And some of those listings, I don't even want to have in my shop. Like, I'd rather just take them out. And if I took all those out, I would go down to like, I don't know, 18 listings or something. It's really tiny amount. So number one goal is more listings. I also want to be listing more higher price ticket items. Maybe not super expensive, but at least maybe 50% more than what most of my listings are priced right now. And then, and it's been my really big goal for this year is to do more digital downloads. And so my goal to start out with is to do one digital design per week and get that listed in my other Etsy shop. I don't have a lot of numbers on my goals right now. And mostly I think it's because we are in like, it's January the 18th today when we're talking. And I just came off vacation. I feel incredibly behind. It's just January. I don't know why I have these feelings of like all that. I feel very pressured right now. So, but that's probably one of my downfalls. That's probably why I don't have very many listings in my shop, is because I have this, like, I get overwhelmed. And when I'm feeling really stressed, I'm just not very efficient. So that's one thing I really need to work on, is this like working steady, putting those feelings of pressure like behind me. And, I know what I need to do every day. I need to get, and I need to be productive, and I need to, take pictures and get things listed, because when I do that, I make sense. And and all of this, the main goal for, I think, any shop owner is to increase your sales. So that's why, like, my goals are not really aimed towards like a sales number. They're more aimed towards like actions. So I probably need to put some more goals in there that are directly related to like my productivity. But anyway, that's sort of where I'm at.
So I love your list of goals, and there's a few things that you said that really sparked a couple of things. And I guess I'll just kind of go backwards. First, like the monetary thing, the fact that you don't have a monetary goal, I actually think that's really cool, because the goals that you've made, these are more specific to your actions. And if we just focus on the action, because really, we really don't have direct control over what the outcome is going to be. Like, you can list, 40, 50, 60 items or whatever. You have control over that. But to just say, okay, I want to make $1,000. I want to make $500 in a day. You really don't have, you can do certain actions to hope that it gets in front of your customers. But unless you can force people to give you money on a consistent basis. You really you don't have that control. So I think having goals, I think it's great to have a monetary goal if you have one, but when you said you felt the pressure, the way to ease that pressure was just don't make it a monetary thing. Ta-da, no pressure. And I think it's okay to do that. Sometimes I think we feel like we have to. And then, oh gosh, can you hear that? So my phone is on silent, but my phone is connected to my laptop. I don't know how to turn that off. Okay, I'll figure that out.
We're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, this real time, people, real time. So, and then going back to when you're talking about making higher priced items, I think that's a great thing, because it's good to have a mix of these items. But sometimes when people say they want to increase their sales, really what they're saying is, I want to have a greater profit. I want to keep more of what I'm making. That's really the end goal that they're trying to get to. And sometimes the way to get the higher dollar isn't always make a whole bunch more stuff. Sometimes it's increasing the price. Number one, your prices are probably too low anyway. So you probably just need starting there. You probably can charge higher for what you make, but increasing the value for the things that we're creating so that we can put a higher price on that. That's another great way to do it. You don't have to work all the days or all the hours in the days to generate more money. You can just work smarter, and that's why I really love that digital product, because that ends up being passive income. I'm still trying to figure out how to make a digital product selling jewelry, but I'm like, well, what digital products can I make? Because that cha-ching going off, and that they've already sent that stuff over automatic. That's awesome. And then your first thing for more listings. I can't wait to see what new stuff you put in your shop. I'm just going to say that from a selfish standpoint. But I love that you're definitely going to do that. I don't know that having more listings in your shop means you get more visibility. I've seen folks on Etsy that have 2 items listed, and those 2 things are selling like hotcakes. You know what I mean? And when we were talking about getting rid of some stuff that you really just wanted to take off of there, it's it's streamlining the focus. If there's something that you really don't want to offer, pull it off of there so you can keep more of the attention on the stuff that you want. So I love your list of goals. You're awesome.
Well, I started out, this year, and I was like, I really need to do I really want to follow Tasha's lead and do a 365-day challenge. And, but have it I don't think I've ever taken a vacation in January, but didn't take any vacation from Thanksgiving through Christmas and through the new year even. And I really need, I definitely needed to take some time off. So I'm so glad that I took vacation. And I was like, I can't, there's no way I can catch up enough and have enough stuff even to post something every day. I was trying to, fall over myself trying to get stuff done. So I kind of pushed that to the side, but it's not necessarily something that I have discarded completely. I just was like, I just need to not put myself on that timetable. Just because I do a 365-day challenge, it doesn't necessarily mean I have to start January 1st. And sort of allowing yourself to take charge of your own goals. A goal should be to, the reason you make a goal should be to help take you where you want to go, not to completely stress you out and, and wreak havoc in your life. So I've sort of, I'd like to do the 365, but I think it might end up just being 365 things this year, but not put that pressure on myself to have it be every single day. Because I'm realistic about what the heck by my time.
Right. And that 365 thing, it is a commitment.
It is.
I learned more about just the word commitment and the dedication it takes just by doing that collection. And I tried to do a 365 collection when my company was Ear Jeans. Remember that Ear Jeans 365 collection?
Yes.
I tried doing that, and by day like 115, I was like, what the hell did I just sign up for? Why did I tell people I'm doing this? You know, and I just started skipping days, and then it was like 4 earrings in one day because I missed 4 days, and you know, so fast forwarding to now, like doing that collection, I did it last year successfully, which is awesome. And we're 18 days into this year. And I was like, why did I say I'm doing this again? I should have gave myself a break. I should have, but we're in here now. We're gonna finish strong. but yeah, you find a way to make it happen. But it's like, even if you don't do 365, you can do an item a week, and it's a 52 item collection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whatever works best for you and where you're headed and what you want to make happen. So I think, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing your all your goals get reached. I can see that.
Well, I think too that this will be like an ongoing discussion. Mm-hmm. Like this goal setting thing isn't like, this isn't something you just do January 1st and you don't revisit until the end of December. Like, this is something that we set now, and then we check in, like, how are you doing with your goals? How are you feeling about your goals? Are your goals helping you accomplish what you want to accomplish? And do you need to revise them? Mm-hmm. So my goals are kind of loose right now, but as we move through the next couple of months, we will definitely revisit this, and I may put some harder numbers on myself. But just coming off some time off, I was like, I don't want to walk into this and just put all this pressure on myself. Now that I relaxed, I don't want to, knock myself out again. So
I hear you.
It's so easy to do,
Definitely.
Pressure.
So yes, don't put the pressure on yourself, especially then you can like burn yourself out all over again. Then you're gonna need this long vacation. It's like, no, balance it out. Just balance. Yeah. There's no rush. So I have 2. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, so what are your goals?
Oh, so I have two goals. My first goal, this is across the board with all the things that I'm doing, but specifically definitely with my Etsy shop. I want to make more connections, connecting more with the people who support my business and really get to know like who they are. And that's if they want that. Sometimes when the traffic comes to my shop, if it's directly from Etsy, that's a person that's already came there looking for something specific. And I don't know that they're looking to connect with the shop owner more so than they just want the item that they're looking for, and that's it. So when it comes to that, the mindset of Etsy shoppers, sometimes I don't, that's not something I know yet. So, but I do want to get to know people, because as shop owners, we want to create stuff for people that we know. And the more we know about them, the easier it is for us to create more things that we know they'll like. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then it's also, we can also see, oh, well, I know that this person is also into these other, things or whatever. And maybe there's something you have some expertise in that you can share some resources with them, or share an experience or whatever that can also add additional value to their life. People appreciate that stuff. So I know I did a lot of sales last year, and I'm like, I don't know half of the people that came to me through Etsy, but the folks that I've sent to my shop, I know a lot of those folks. And even if I might not have personal connection, personal relationships where they've lasted all these years or whatever, but just to have some type of level of connection and familiarity, that's what I'm looking for. It just makes me a better designer, and I have more fun doing it, because while I'm making a pair of earrings that have butterflies on it, I know 5 people in my head already that are like, gimme. So I know I'm going to have to make at least 7 of these, or else those 5 ladies are going to be upset with me because they all want them.
They all want them.
Yeah, like they all have the same collection of butterfly earrings. It's hilarious. So that's my number one thing is connection.
Okay.
Really asking more questions and reaching out to people, like when they place that order, to find a way within the window that Etsy allows, to be able to connect with them, but to see if we can connect outside of Etsy. So whether it's on Instagram or my email list or whatever. So I guess I'll find the best ways to do that. And then my second goal is to keep more of the money that I make from my sales. Because if I get a sale that comes in, of course, like all the Etsy fees and all that stuff comes out, whatever's left over, my mind immediately goes to how much supplies can I buy with this? Because I just want to blow all my money on supplies. Like if I could, I would, yeah. Supply shopping is one of my favorite pastimes. And that's probably a problem. So
are you thinking about trying to do a challenge where you like use only the supplies that you already have?
I've tried that. It does not work. Because I'll see some cool stuff and I'm like, oh, I can do this. And then there's one more idea that takes it over the top. And I'm like, but I have to go to Hobby Lobby, or I need to go to, So I'm just like, oh man. But sometimes I can create some stuff just using what I have. So I'm going to try that. Maybe I can try to go like a month. Like that would be a challenge. If I just go a couple of days, I could do that. But like I need to go a long period of time. So we'll see. But yeah, those are my goals. I have a monetary goal that I set for the entire year. I set a goal last year and I missed it by about $3,000, which I'm not mad. That was just pretty awesome to hit what I hit. But I upped it this year. So like my goal is $25K for this year. But just like how we said earlier, I don't have a direct impact on that number. So I can just focus on my processes and hope that the content I create and the items I create and then being able to make these connections will help us reach that number.
Well, and two, I think, we've talked about this before, like Tasha doesn't just make earrings, Tasha, you're in school and you have another job and then you do some voice lessons sometimes and you record music. And so like your Etsy shop is, I think, a big part of like who you are and what you focus on, but it's absolutely not the only thing. Excuse me, I'll try not to hit my table and shake. But it's absolutely not the only focus that you have. And so making sure that you have that you're giving all of these things like an equal amount of your attention is, I mean, that's big. I can't imagine having all those things. Like I absolutely couldn't go back to school right now. That's way bottom of my desire list, I think. Not that I enjoy learning, but I have no desire to like go back to a 4-year university or something,
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's really important to keep that in mind, like, what you want to do. So my biggest question is, so if your goal is to make more connections with people, what is your there for making that happen?
So the biggest thing is when like an Etsy order comes in, then there might be a couple of days or whatever that goes by where really there's no interaction. Because typically the order come in, you pack and ship the order goes out, that's it. But during that window of time from when someone purchases until when your item ships, you can connect with folks in between there. So what I want to start doing is when that order comes in, I automatically I try to do it within the first couple of hours. send them a message saying, thank you so much. I received your order. I'm excited to create this for you. Within a few days, you'll get another message to let you know that this item is shipped. In the meantime, if you like, positive information and, colorful fashion, blah, 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 consider checking me out over at Tasha Made It on Instagram and try to see if I can get them to connect with Instagram. And then maybe that's the initial message and that's it. And then once their item is done, then I could send them a quick message to say, hey, be on the lookout. You've got some goodies on the way. If you love your items, maybe do a video unboxing and opening, like film yourself doing that. Or if you take a picture, be sure to tag me and then tag all the content information there again. I think though, even if I just do those 2 messages and just test it out to see what the engagement is, see if they come from Etsy to my Instagram, we'll see what happens. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I think it's a great way to sort of connect with people outside of Etsy. I just, I'm still not sure how, like, what you are, like, what information would those things help you gain from that transaction? Like, so in your example where you have like 5 friends who love butterflies, so like when you make butterfly something, you need to make like 7 of them so you have extra ones. And so are you asking your like, why not like take the leap and ask your customers, like, why did you buy this item? Was it like, what attracted you to this item? Was it, because you already have a connection with the maker? Did you like the color combinations? I have a doggy coming in to see me. Did you like, what attracted, like, what made you press the buy button? And maybe we could come up with like even a little survey that says, I like bright, bold colors. I like large earrings. I like small earrings. I like, but come up with some parameters. And not, I mean, as well as I do, like, not everybody's going to answer your survey, but might give you an idea of like, sort of like what you need to make next time. Because I know at one point you were telling me that that you were making smaller earrings because so many people had told you that they wanted smaller earrings. And so what can we do to get you those answers faster?
I love,
do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. And I love that you brought that up too. I didn't think to ask those types of questions so soon in the connection. Because I didn't know that if I asked those types of questions so soon, if it would seem too much. You meet somebody for the first time, you don't tell them everything about you all at once. You don't just like dump it all. So I was wondering if maybe I needed to kind of piece that together. But to answer your initial question, once folks reach me on like Instagram and all that stuff, that's where I ask a bunch of those questions and I'm posting all that stuff. But I think what you're saying is to get to the answers faster. Just ask.
Right.
I don't think there's any harm in trying it. I definitely love the idea of doing a survey and seeing if folks will answer the survey. Then maybe if they answer the survey, then they'll get like a special discount off of their next order or something like that, or free shipping or whatever. Yeah. But just to try to do that. So that's a good idea. But yeah, off of outside of Etsy, then, like Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, that's where you can ask so many questions and get more of that engagement. So that's how I've been finding out more about my customers. The funny thing is I have like my top customer, my number one customer. She loves following my Instagram feed and she'll shop for my Instagram feed. I've invited her to join my email list. I've invited her to join the Facebook page, and she was like, I don't pay attention to any of that stuff, just Instagram. So I can contact her if I need to, but I don't even try to waste my time trying to get her on the newsletter because it's not gonna matter. She doesn't pay attention to it. So, that's why I like using social media for that stuff too.
Well, the only reason I bring it up, the main reason I bring it up is because, like Facebook and Instagram, the way that algorithm is set up, like you just don't know who's actually going to see your posts. And I mean, there's so many of the posts there that are like, people don't see for days, and some people may not see it all, like unless they specifically like seek you out. I'm just afraid that like you might, if like you can act like when you have these Etsy conversations, like when you send out your initial like thank you for your purchase, blah blah blah, I think we can word it in a way where it's not like, I want you to go to the survey and answer 15 questions about these earrings that you just I think it's, but you could even ask it like, if you don't mind, simply reply with, what attracted you most to these earrings? Was it the shape, color, size, or subject, or something along that lines? And just make it like, pick like 5 things they can choose from and only have them respond with one of those things. And if they want to follow you further, you can still give them the option, but then you won't be so dependent on like the algorithm of Facebook or Instagram. Because I don't even know how long we've been friends on both those outlets, but I see everything that you post on Facebook. Sometimes it'll have been so long and I'll just be like, I need to look up Tasha on Facebook because I hadn't seen anything from her in a while. And it certainly isn't because I don't like, I even like interact with you and comment on posts and like posts and things like that. And I'm still not seeing that information. So I just think it's important, like if you want to collect that information, like go straight to the people and be less dependent on them answering questions from social media, and so I think you could say like you can find more things that I make, or if you want to stay up to date, then these are the places to follow me at. But if you want to find out information about why someone purchased a product, just go ahead and ask it right then.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. I think you're at least you're not, sort of dependent on these social media sites actually showing your content to these people, because it's so like, and now if you were trying to grow your following or that sort of thing, I think that these are, great ways to do that. But if you're trying to get information and you already have these people like captive, just go ahead and ask the questions.
Okay.
Don't hold back.
I gotcha. Well, I'm gonna do that. Thank you for saying that. Do you think like if I send the first message and ask, what attracted them to their purchase or whatever? I think that's a great question to start with. Should I also extend the offer to connect on social media then as well, or should I wait until I message them back to let them know that their order is shipping?
I think you could, I think that keeping it like short and to the point is probably the best. I don't know that I would worry about it too much. I would put it one of those places, or even if you put it in their package, say, or, if you're trying to encourage them to do like an unboxing, obviously you want to talk to them before they unbox it. So, but I think, I think any of the, at any point in time, you could say, like, find more of my items here, or, to see what new things I'm working on, or something like that. I think either place is fine. But if you want to ask them a question about why they bought something, just go ahead and ask.
Okay.
And you can always, this isn't saying that you can't ask again on social media, but I'm saying, you know, you already got these people, you already know that they hit the buy button because they like it. So go ahead and say, you know, what did you like most about this thing? You know, was it color, the shape, the size, the subject, because that may give you the most information just to ask that simple thing right there, you know.
Okay. That brings me, go ahead.
You might want to add in there that, you know, I have a personal connection with this maker. You know, I already follow you these places, and that's why I, you know, like these. That's why I purchased this.
Okay. So that makes me think of another question.
Okay.
Once like you shop on Etsy as well, like you're a customer as well as being a seller. When you purchase from somebody, and then if they send you a message, you know, maybe 3 days after your item is shipped, to ask you how your experience was, are you enjoying your items and stuff like that, do you find those messages like annoying, or is it bothersome, or is that something that you would welcome?
I don't get a lot of those messages, but I probably wouldn't. I may not respond at all. Well, now I would respond because it has to do with the star seller thing. Right. And as a seller, that would, to me, that would seem kind of like, you know, I already bought from you. Like, stop sending me messages. You're a seller. You know, I have to answer these messages in 24 hours.
Gotcha.
So that would be the only thing. And some of that, you know, especially during the months of like November and December that are really busy, like it would probably, as a seller, it might turn me off actually.
Okay.
And because it's sort of like, well, I mean, mainly because of the star seller thing. Like, I think there's so much pressure on Etsy sellers to like have all these, you know, have all these constraints on them, especially about that you're supposed to answer messages within 24 hours, then to have another seller ask you like if you're enjoying your item, I don't know, it would probably get old fast.
Okay.
I think mostly because I think of it as a very like, it's an Amazon thing to do.
Yes, it is.
Every Amazon purchase I get now, or I make now, it's like, you know, can you please review this item? How was your experience? And they ask me things like, how was your experience with this seller? And I'm just thinking like, what experience with this seller? I ordered it on Amazon Prime from the warehouse. You can barely put one bubble wrap thing in it, and you know, and it's in this big huge box, like,
right.
And it's those things that are like, that's why I like shopping on Etsy, because I'm usually purchasing directly from the seller, and I have all these touches. So I you know, I would put it more like, if you want to follow up with people or ask for follow-up stuff, I would put it directly in your package. I would put a card in there that, you know, you sign and just say, I would love to hear how you're enjoying the item. And if it's another seller, you at least give them a moment to like answer you when they can, sort of thing. So
I like
anyway, I don't know. That's just sort of, that may sound terrible. Like, do I sound like a terrible person? You know?
Nope. You sound like somebody who don't want people to waste your time. That's what So no, I think those are some great points to make. Yeah. Just making that initial connection and then leave it in the packaging. put it in the back.
Yeah.
So those are great ideas. But
I mean, I have over the last few months, I think, because I don't know, I sold a ridiculous number of items in like November, December. And I know that like my feedback ratio based on my sales is still not very high. I get feedback. It is glowing feedback, and it is absolutely not because I followed up with them.
Gotcha.
It is purely based on their experience, because I don't send messages. I don't even like, I should probably send a thank you message to all the orders, but I don't even do that anymore. I have a note in the message that automatically goes to them. And then I always write thank you and put it in my packages. But other than that, I don't do a whole lot of follow-up stuff. Just because I sort of feel like we're being bombarded by some of that stuff.
Okay.
At this point. Even before we got on to have this conversation, like I got on the morning to just look at my email, and the number of messages that I get from these companies that I buy stuff from can be overwhelming. So I think if I was getting those from like every Etsy seller, it would just add to that overwhelmingness. And as an Etsy seller, like when I send someone a message, it's because like you have left important details out of your order that I need in order to make your thing. So when I send a message to someone about an order, it's usually like some very important piece of information. It could be like an address correction. And if they don't answer me, like ultimately I have to refund their order. So anyway, I think that's, you don't want to get people, especially people who are your regular customers, you don't want to train them to ignore your messages.
That is yeah.
Does that make sense?
It absolutely does. It does.
Okay.
And at this point, like right now, the way I talk with folks is just like how you said. If there's something specific that I need for their order, then I'll talk with them about it. Or if they have a question for me, they'll shoot me a message and I can respond. So, but yeah, if you start sending too many messages, that stuff gets ignored. There's a ton of emails that I get right now from email lists that I've signed up for that I have conditioned myself to ignore.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good point.
So that's why I say, like if you have something to say it all at one time and then just put it in God's hands.
Right.
Say it all at once and then just let it go.
That works.
Done your thing. So anyway, that's sort of where I am in this day and age of like, we all shop on Amazon and don't go to the mall anymore.
Yeah, poor malls. They didn't sign up for that. Oh my goodness. Well, that's it. Okay, so that's goal setting with us. I think these are some great goals to start working towards, and as the months go by, we'll keep talking about them and checking in to see how we're doing. And but we like April said in the beginning, we'd love to know what y'all's thoughts are. Like, do you have goals that you've set for your Etsy shop? Feel free to list them in the comments if you want to, and April and I will be happy to jump in there and chime in with you. What are some of the things that you once you set that goal, it's like, what things do you want to do? What actions do you want to take that are going to help you accomplish that goal? And then keep checking back in to see if what you're doing is lining up with the results that you're seeking to get. And that's it. There we go. I have no idea how long this is, but hopefully this was some good information for y'all. Let us know in the comments. subscribe to our channel. Right now, there's 3 of us,
Yes.
and all 3 of us are Etsy sellers. We know each other, which is awesome. But like us, comment, subscribe, share, all those things, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.